A brand new Irish language short film follows two Gaelic footballers navigating a secret gay romance, highlighting the pressures that the LGBTQ plus athletes can face in sport.
So this morning we are discussing inclusion and support in sports, and join us is film's director Medb Johnson, Taekwondo Olympian Jack Woolley and Gaelic footballer Kevin Penrose. Good morning to you all. Thank you all so much for coming here to talk to us. Hey, Medb, let's start off. Our GAA Féin, your new movie, it's kind of dubbed as the Irish Heated Rivalry, which of course has gained massive headlines and response across the world for its, I suppose, sports story with two boys getting together in it, and it's been really positively viewed. Your own movie, why did you decide to write this?
Well, I had to watch Heated Rivalry there recently. It was on the list anyway, but just because I believed it inspired me, even though I actually came up with this idea in 2017.
Okay.
And I was at a Camogie All-Ireland final when the thought kind of came to my head. And I suppose the reason I wanted to make the film is to show that representation that I didn't feel was there, wasn't visible, wasn't something that we spoke about. And I just hope that the film has a message that, you know, people identify with and makes people think. It's a conversation starter.
And what was the message?
I suppose the message is that sport is for everybody, and just to highlight how difficult it is to be different in sport, how difficult it is to put your head up, and how the pressure that people feel that they're under as a result of perhaps the culture around them.
Yeah, and do you think it's the different sports, like Kevin, you've had this pressure, you've had this thing as a Gaelic footballer, and we're looking at it there. Do you think different sports vary, and as far as you're concerned, the GAA was a no-go area to come out when you were younger?
I feel like all sports is probably the same across the board, but I feel that the GAA, because it is such traditional values, and for my own club especially, in the back end of nowhere in Tyrone, very rural, it's very community-based. I think it's just one of those things that's, you're there, you put the head down, you don't talk about anything in general, I guess. You know, you don't talk about your problems or your feelings, you're just there.
And how hard was it for you when you were younger, when you were hearing all that? Did you hear like gay slurs in the dressing room and stuff like that, and you felt, oh my God, do they know, or are they talking about me?
Yeah, 100%. You know, it sort of have that hyper-masculine persona that a lot of people want to get to, I guess, you know, and you sort of, unfortunately, gay slurs were thrown about to sort of have the banter, have the crack, you know. Even though it wasn't directed at me, you're still there and you're hearing it and you're sort of thinking, I can't stand up to this. If I do, it's drawing more attention to me on something that I don't even understand myself, I guess, you know? And it's just one of the things, you either edit yourself to fit in or say nothing sort of thing, you know?
And Jack, you're a Taekwondo star, competed at the very top level in that as well, but I know you've spoken about opponents who've refused to shake your hand.
Yeah.
Over knowing that you were gay.
Yeah, so I was actually very lucky. I came out before I kind of made a name for myself. So I came out when I was 15, and obviously that was way before I went to any Olympics or anything, but it was kind of common knowledge. I did have certain opponents for religious reasons not want to shake my hand. And
in Ireland now, or
no, abroad.
Okay.
Yeah, so like this is top level athletes, like Grand Prix level. So it was like really strange for me to take, but in my head I was like, okay, I'm a high level athlete. I can either go one or two ways with this. I could either let it affect me and that could spiral into my results, or I could just try and ignore it as much as possible, because not many people get to go to the Olympics in my sport, so one little slip up you might not get in. So I was like, okay, we'll put that to the back of my mind. And it actually wasn't until recent years where I realised that there was more of an issue. You would think that as the years go on that there's progress being made, but unfortunately that wasn't the case for me. Like I said, I came out quite young, so I always kind of thought I had it easy. I kind of took it for granted, and it wasn't until I met my partner how I actually started to see how he struggled with that. And then the more I came out about being in my relationship and showing it online, and, you know, I think being a gay athlete, I didn't really speak about it too much, but when I'm in a relationship, obviously it's out there and people are passing comments. Or I remember when I got engaged last year, there was a picture of me that went viral within the Taekwondo community telling me I should leave the sport, I shouldn't be in it, big X's over my face, and people reshare my story. And it was so hard to take, because there's 99 positive messages, but that one negative thing, that one negative reshare, we focus on that, we don't look at the 99 good things.
So you're saying then that even though you were openly gay, it wasn't widely discussed among teammates, and when you go to these championships, like, people wouldn't necessarily know because it wasn't really, even though you were open, it wasn't in newspapers, it wasn't, I suppose, Dancing with the Stars and all, brought you to another level in that respect.
And the more profile I gained, the more hate I gained from that, and that was really disheartening.
Maeve, from your point of view, you were at a camogie match. Do you think there's a difference between the female side of it and the men's?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, there is. You know,
Why?
I think that we could think of a lot of out female players in this country, in international sports as well, in football, in soccer, but it's very difficult to think of the same amount of men. I don't know what the guys agree with me, but it does feel like it's quite different.
Kevin, from your point of view, is it a case of you need more people like yourselves to come out and show that actually there shouldn't be a stigma around this? Like, what has the response been from you with the Gaelic football community since you came out?
It's been amazing. Like, the past couple of years now, it's probably come up 4 years, I would say now, and it's been all positive, you know? And it's sort of, because I have the platform to do it and talk about it, I might as well put that to good use as well and share my story with others, because I know I didn't have that growing up, I guess, you know, and there's something to be told from leaving the sport and going back to the sport and what happens after you come out within the sport, you know, and showing that journey as well. So yeah, I think representation matters. I think shows like Heated Rivalry and then the Maeve's film now is going to really push that narrative a bit more, you know, and just spark conversations really more than anything.
But you needed to leave to come back as a gay man because you just felt you had to leave. You couldn't have come out where you were.
Yeah, I feel because I thought I was the only person going through it, I guess, you know, I couldn't open up to anyone, couldn't open up to my teammates. I didn't know anyone who had been through it and come out the other side, you know, and effectively it's really took a toll on my performance, you know, and I just thought, oh, I'm not a good footballer anymore.
Yeah.
So I associated those feelings with the sport itself, and then realised quickly once I left the sport, all that comes with you.
I know, because I know there's a couple of rugby players. Obviously, I played rugby with Nigel Owens as a world famous referee, but it took him a long time, and I've talked to him about his story. A couple of young guys from the Leinster Academy have come out as gay or bi as well, but they've talked about how it's the worry about it. But top tier soccer is one sport that we're not seeing many people come out in. And I know Josh Carvalho, who was playing over in Australia, he was actually talking about the homophobia and actually had to leave the team he was with because he felt he wasn't getting picked. He felt that there was talk going on behind his back. From that side of things, Jack, like, is it the teammates? How important is it for teammates to put their arms around each other to show, you know, to maybe step up and actually call out bad behaviour?
Oh, it's so important. Like, my closest friends I met in my sport, like, it's so important just to be able to be yourself in training, because, you know, that's where the hard work is put in the training environment. You know, it's not like we just go to competitions and we win medals. Like, you need to be safe, you need to have a good environment around you. And I had that both in Ireland and when I recently moved to Spain to continue my career in high-level sport. Like, everybody was just so welcoming, and I can see the opposite side of things because obviously I'm one of very, very few, you know, and like I said, people got to know me on a personal level before it came a big thing. So either if you loved me before you knew anything else, or it just wasn't too much of an issue. I think it's so important to just have that kind of team spirit and encourage people to be themselves.
Do you think we're always going to have it? Because you see the German referee when he kissed his partner and then he was attacked.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, do you think homophobia is always going to be there in sport and it's never going to change? And even though, like, the way Heated Rivalry has taken over the world, and people are just so in love with it and going, it's such a gorgeous love story about these guys, but then there's hate everywhere. Do you ever see it changing at all?
I would like to think it's going to change. Unfortunately, I do see it taking a step back at the moment.
Do you? Why?
Yeah. I do feel like maybe in the political climate that we're in at the moment, everything is either a yes or a no. Either you're far right or far left. You don't really have much of a conversation anymore, and I think that's when progress is going to be made, is when people have actual conversation about these topics rather than it turning into conflict. And like that, what you mentioned about the German referee, Pascal, he was abused by only a small amount of people, but that there's always going to be that pushback unless we actually start having proper conversations.
Kevin, can I just quickly ask you, do you get players coming to you saying, I'm gay, but I still don't want to come out, even though you're out? And what advice do you give to people?
Yes, even today, like I've come out, like I said, I've come up 4 years now, and you still get the messages of someone who's going through it, or people who have come out or moved countries who've left the sport, you know. And I can only tell them from my own experience and how well received it's been on my behalf, sort of thing, you know. I can't tell anyone to come out themselves, you know. I can just, hopefully they can take some comfort and get some courage from my own story. And it's one of them things where, for me, it was always looking at every negative that comes along with coming out in sport. You never really think of all the positives, especially like stuff like this here in panel discussions. You know?
Isn't that fantastic? Like it's the worry of coming out, but actually the positive message we're having, and you're going to have online, and there's always going to be negativity. On the whole, it should be something that's celebrated.
This is it.
And something that people shouldn't be scared to be themselves.
This is it, you know, and even going from all the good stories and the bad stories, from the good stories shows, oh, we have progressed so far, but then you hear the negative stories as well, and just shows actually there's a lot more work to be done here.
Yeah.
You know, so I think the conversations and the representation across the board is very, very important.
Well, listen, thanks so much for both coming in today. Our Gaelic Féin, tell us, where can people see it if they haven't seen it yet?
It's going to be on this weekend in Brighton, and we're just starting our festival run now, so hopefully coming to
all
a
the
festival
festivals around
in
the
Ireland,
country.
soon.
Amazing.
Great
well
stuff.
done.
We'll let you know.
Thank you for
Thanks
that.
very much.
Jack Woolley, of course, Taekwondo Olympian, Medb Johnson from our Gaelic Féin, and Kevin Penrose, Gaelic footballer up in Tyrone as well. Thank you all for coming and talking to us this morning.
Thank you so much. Now, if you've been affected by any of the topics discussed on today's show, you can go to virginmediatelevision.ie /helplines for more information.